Welcome to 2024, movie fans. I like to start the new year by reflecting on some of my favorite films from the year before. In my opinion, 2023 was a good year for movies. I think studios are finally getting that it's a bad idea to invest all their resources in superheroes, and streaming, Netflix in particular, made stronger contributions than I expected. And our first choice is a prime example. Around we go, waiting out the target with The Killer. In my opinion, the best movie of 2023, which I had high expectations for it. The director, star, and writer are all as professional as the film's main character. Chapter by chapter, the anti-hero, played with precision by Michael Fassbender, finds holes in the mantra of logic he's based his work on. His humanity finds its way in, shifting focus, as it always does. Now, I'm a connoisseur of hand-to-hand fights in cinema, and this has maybe the best I've seen about halfway through. The best line is part of his great interior monologue. He says, "It's the idle hours that most often lead a man to ruin." Next, the world is at war over artificial intelligence in The Creator. A child is the secret weapon in the fight between robots and humans, and she's left in the care of a mercenary with only selfish intentions. Maybe the best-looking movie of the year, and not just the computer-generated stuff. The costumes, production design, props, all sharply dive between science fiction and reality. Also, special points for releasing around the time artificial intelligence became trigger words. My favorite line is the Colonel explaining the problem with Neanderthals. She says, "There was a species smarter and meaner than them. Us." And last, a group not afraid to leave the party early. They're The Holdovers. Paul Giamatti with, again in my opinion, the best performance of the year. He plays a teacher at a private Catholic boys' school given the responsibility of watching the students with nowhere to go Christmas break. It gives way for a special bond with a student who shares more in common with him than either would have guessed. Giamatti has my favorite line while proving he was once a wild bachelor. He says, "The details would curl your toes. Curl your toes." And here's where you can stream this week's choices. The Killer is on Netflix. You can find The Creator on Hulu, and The Holdovers is streaming on Peacock. That's this week's watch list. To find more of my movie recommendations, hit up our spot on WCBI.com. I'll be back next week with 3 more. We'll look at some of my favorite family films from last year. Until then, as always, leave the criticism, take the cannoli.